You guys, this is how to operate the MyKey for the 2022 Ford Maverick. Believe it or not, learning how to use a MyKey is so important, especially if you're going to go out into town, or you got a young one at home, or you have a friend that you want to give the car, but you sort of you have to put boundaries. So you need to put boundaries on people. Use this key. Enjoy the video. Hey, this is the Automotive Review. Today we're going to talk about the Ford Maverick and the MyKey. Now the MyKey, of course, is a trademark that belongs to Ford. And MyKey allows you to program keys with restricted driving modes to promote good driving habits. So it's something that you would give to your child, or sometimes even a friend, or valet parking. MyKey setting, non-configurable MyKey settings. Now, seatbelt reminders or belt minders are not configurable. MyKey mutes the audio system until the front seat passenger buckles the front seatbelt. Now, if your vehicle includes an AM/FM radio or a very basic audio system, then the radio is not going to mute. Now, some satellite radio channels have restricted access to adult radio content. And you also will get an early low fuel reminder. So if your child has your truck, you don't have to worry about it getting stranded because it has no fuel. You'll get a low fuel level warning lamp, which turns on earlier than it normally would. Now, driving and parking aids. Now, you cannot configure the setting for parking aids, blind spot information systems, cross traffic alert. Now, these systems turn on when the vehicle turns on, and you cannot switch them off with a MyKey. And that's because they're for safety. You cannot configure settings for pre-collision assist and lane keeping. Now, these systems turn on when the vehicle turns on, but you can switch them off with the MyKey. Now, new destination and navigation system can only be set using voice commands when using MyKey, and with your voice. And the vehicle has to be moving. And when the vehicle is moving, you can only use your voice. Now, MyKey drivers may be able to switch the lane departure warning feature off, but this feature turns back on automatically when every new key is used when it goes through a cycle. Configurable MyKey settings. Now, you can configure the following settings after creating a MyKey. Creating a MyKey, and of course, you can set a speed limit for your vehicle. Warning messages appear in the information display, and a tone sound if your vehicle reaches the set speed. You cannot override the set speed when using MyKey, so you set a speed. Suppose you want to go to valet parking. You want to set a speed to 20 miles per hour. They can only go 20. They can't go 80. You can't go 60, which is nice. An audio system volume limit. The maximum volume reduces. Now, a message appears in the information display if you attempt to exceed the volume, and the automatic volume control turns off. So that's something else that's configurable. Now, emergency assistance. Now, if you set emergency assistance to always on, you cannot switch it off with MyKey. Now, do not disturb. If you set do not disturb always on, you cannot switch it off with MyKey. Now, if a phone is connected using Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, driving with a MyKey, the driver can receive phone calls and text messages, even if it's under the not disturb restriction is on. And if the vehicle comes with satellite radio, there's no restrictions on the adult content. Now, traction and stability control. Now, if you set the traction control or stability control to always on, you cannot switch it off with MyKey. Creating a MyKey vehicles without push button start. You switch the ignition on and using the admin key. You can program the restrictions to all keys but one. Any key that you do not program are administratively, or what must I say, administrator key or admin keys. Access the main menu in the information display, and then scroll through the menus to change the setting of the MyKey. From the MyKey menu, now you select the options and create MyKey, and see the instrument cluster display. And that's where you'll see giving you instruction on what to do. Now when prompt, hold on to the OK button until you see a message informing you to label the key as a MyKey. The program restrictions apply when you switch the vehicle off. Open and close the driver's door and restart your vehicle with the program key or remote control. Switch the ignition off. You successfully created a MyKey. You can also program configurable settings for the key. And it's recommended that you do label the keys. Now at push start, you have to place the remote control in the backup slot, which you see here. Now you can program the restriction to all the keys but one. Any key that you do not program is administrative keys or admin keys. Switch the ignition on, access the main menu and information display, and then scroll through the menus to change the settings of the MyKey. Now from MyKey menu, select the options and create MyKey. Now see the instrument cluster display. When prompted, hold the OK button until you see a message informing you to label this key as a MyKey. The program restrictions apply when you switch the vehicle off. Open and close the driver's door and restart your vehicle with the program key or the remote control. Switch the ignition off. You successfully created a MyKey. You can also program configurable settings for the keys. They recommend that you label the key for the easiest thing. Now this is, again, remember, this is for the remote control key, the Mavericks with a push button start. Now programming a MyKey, you can program the restrictions to all keys but one. Any key that you did not program is called an administrative key or administrator. You can use the admin key to create MyKey, program MyKey settings, and clear the MyKey restrictions. Now insert the key that you want to program into the ignition. Now if your vehicle has a push button start, place the remote control in the backup slot that you see here. Switch the ignition on, access the main menu and information display, and then scroll through the menus to change the settings of your MyKey. Now from the MyKey menu, select the options and create MyKey. See instrument cluster display. When prompted, hold the OK button until you see a message informing you to label the key as a MyKey. The program restrictions apply when you switch the vehicle off. Now open the door and the driver's door and restart your vehicle with the programmed key or the remote control. Switch the ignition off. You successfully created a MyKey. Make sure you label it again, and it's recommended that you do it to distinguish which ones are your admin keys. You can also program configurable settings for the key. Now, this is how you clear all the keys. Now, when you clear MyKeys, you remove the restrictions and return all the MyKeys to their original admin key status. Now, to clear all MyKeys in the MyKey setting, use the information display. Switch the ignition on using the admin key, access the main menu and information display, and then scroll through the menus to begin clearing your MyKey programs. And see the instrument display again. Follow the instructions in the display. Confirmation message appears in the display after you finish clearing your MyKeys. And when you clear the MyKey, you remove all restrictions and return the MyKey to the original admin's key status. You cannot remove the MyKey restrictions individually. Checking MyKey system status. You can find information about your programmed MyKey by using the information display. See the instrument cluster for details. MyKey distance. Track the distance when your drivers use the key. The only way to delete the accumulated distance is by using the admin key to clear all MyKeys. Now, if the distance does not accumulate as expected, then the intended user is not using the MyKey or admin key user recently. He cleared and then recreated a MyKey. Wow. So those keys can be cleared. You can give it to your kid, then just go in your car and clear it. Wow. The number of MyKeys indicates the number of MyKey programmed to your vehicle. Now use this feature to detect how many MyKeys you have for your vehicle and determine when all MyKeys have been deleted. Now the number of admin keys indicates how many admin keys are programmed to your vehicle. Use this feature to determine how many admin keys you have on your vehicle and detect if any additional MyKeys have been programmed. Using MyKey with remote systems. Now MyKey is not compatible with unapproved aftermarket remote start systems. Now if you choose to install a remote start system, see an authorized dealer for an approved remote start system. Again, for troubleshooting, the key is already a MyKey. The display when I'm trying to create a MyKey with the key already designated as a MyKey. So the key restricted as the next key cycle labels key as MyKey. Now display to confirm that the key is restricted after you switch the ignition off. Now MyKey information messages vehicles with push button start. Place key in the backup location. And displays when trying to create a MyKey and the admin key is not placed in the backup position. Key is already a MyKey and display is trying to keep a MyKey with a key already designated as a MyKey. Now this key is restricted. Next, key cycle, label as key, MyKey. Now this displays to confirm that the key is restricted after you switch the ignition off. Now these are the frequently asked questions. What is an admin key? An admin key is a key that you have not created as a MyKey. See, creating a MyKey. Why am I not able to create a MyKey? Now the key used to switch the ignition on is not an admin key. The key used to switch the ignition on is the only admin key. There has to be at least one admin key. When I'm not able to program a MyKey, the key used to switch the ignition on is not an admin key. You have not created any MyKeys. So you got to have an admin key. Why am I not able to clear the MyKeys? Now the key used to switch the ignition on is not an admin key. You have not created a MyKey. See, creating a MyKey. Why is the MyKey distance not accumulating? Now the key used to start the engine is an admin key. You have not created any MyKeys. See, creating a MyKey. You have to go back through this phase again and again. What is an admin key? Now an admin key is a key that you have not created as a MyKey. So basically that is it. It seems like we're going back in a circle. Why am I not able to create a MyKey? You have not used the admin key in the backup position. The key is used to switch the ignition on is not an admin key. The key used to switch the ignition on is the only admin key. There has to be at least one admin key. You did not switch the ignition on after creating the last MyKey. And it goes on to answer a bunch of questions. And then later on we get the doors unlocking and unlocking. That'll be a different video. Why is the MyKey distance not accumulating? Again, the key used to start the engine is an admin key. An admin key and a MyKey are inside your vehicle. You have not created any MyKeys. See, creating a MyKey. You have cleared the keys and see all clearing all MyKeys. So basically this is a really technical thing. And you'll have to go through all these steps in order to create MyKey. If you're not doing it properly, you got to have an admin key. You got to start the key with the admin key. And then you have to have the MyKey put in the, if it's the remote, you need to have it put in the slot. And then you have to follow the prompts. This is the automotive reviews, you guys. This is how to use the MyKey in the new 2022 Ford Maverick. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. This is automotive reviews. Thanks for watching, sharing, and subscribing. And have an awesome and fantastic day. Much love. And again, thanks for coming by.